about this time.
Legacy.
Strap yourselves in.
Legacy.
Let's take you on this ride with Nexxlegacy.
Go.
We a radio station for the people,
Right here for you people.
providing hella heat.
Let's go get it.
Let's get to it. Nexxlegacy Radio, we're coming through your room. Interviews on deck with guests listening to. Hashtag and imagine if it was you. What's happening? We packing with people coming through. How about you? Lace it up, we ready, providing hella heat. Turned up, we racing to it. Track meet. Y'all ready for this journey of a lifetime? This Nexxlegacy agent just like fine wine. Tune in.
Every day.
Nexxlegacy.com.
Yeah.
Getting you ready for this interview. Let's get to it.
Radio station for the people. Yeah.
We got hella heat. We got hella heat.
Let's go.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, I'll go ahead and begin. This is Nexxlegacy Sports. I'm Branded here with a guest. Actually, I've been wanting to talk to this team for a minute. I mean, I know the schedule just dropped, and I know they got a new schedule out in April and everything that is everything. So this is the first time that I'm actually having dialogue with MJ of the Music City Misfits. And not only welcome to the show, but I'm going to pivot for a minute because I know the National Football League is going through a lot right now with Damar Hamlin and his collapsing on the field yesterday. I just want to, before we even talk particulars, I just kind of want to get your thoughts as far as your thinking. It's football. It affects men and women. And I need a lot of people out there to really kind of understand that it affects not just because you always hear it's guys, it's an athlete. Football, it's guys. A lot of people predominantly always talking men, but it affects women in your league and other leagues as well. So I just want your thoughts about Damar and just your point of view on everything that you've been hearing so far.
Well, his family is definitely in my prayers. I think that, it is the NFL, it is football. And we as women also play. So it touched my heart when it happened. The camaraderie that I saw from his teammates and as well as the other team was just unbelievable. And in women's sports is the same way. If something had happened to one of my teammates, it's literally the same reaction. So he is human. We're more than just football players. So, he has a family to go back to, and I'm just hoping that he pulls through. So
prayers for sure, not just for Damar, but also the family and also the organization. It was great to see. And also with social media, right? So there's a lot of things that we don't like seeing.
Right.
And there's a lot of things about it. I'm trying to compose my words because I'm very emotional when it comes to certain things like that. And I just really have a driving pet peeve on accountability and comprehending, because I think a lot of people at the end of the day, we can communicate. I could talk to you all day, but if you can't understand what I'm saying or vice versa, we're going to be at a stalemate all day, every day. And I think this has been a long, drawn-out thing that I always seem to have, not just with social media, but just in life general, right? I feel like a lot of people just don't seem to comprehend. They're so quick to judge, jury, execute without understanding first. And if you understand, then do what you do, right? But it's hard for me to kind of navigate between the love-hate I have with social media sometimes, because it can get rugged for sure, but there has to be a sense of peace when it comes to something tragic that's going on, or even if it's something that leaked out, that we should all just wait and be patient before we throw in our opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I completely agree with you. I think that with social media, people are so quick to interject their feelings and their emotions about something. And a lot of times it's not always conducive to the situation.
Right.
So yeah, I think that overall, I wish that everyone would have reacted the same way, you know,
Yeah.
because sometimes you lose hope in humanity based on what certain things are said about certain situations. So, but yeah, definitely, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, there has to be a narrative. I'll talk to you a little bit more about social media and things like that in general a little later. But I think for the listeners out there who will be listening, who will be watching, who will be checking out all things Music City Misfits and also MJ and the rest of your team, I want to go backwards though, an origin story. Somewhere along the line in your lifetime, you fell in love with football. So where did it all begin? Where did that love affair start?
Okay, so it's this. I'm about to get really candid, but when I was a kid, um, my dad had, you know, his office or whatever. So my sisters and I were in there just playing around, and I saw this picture of my dad, and he never talks about this, but he used to coach little league football.
Mm-hmm.
So he never, like I said, he never talks about it. But as I grew up, I didn't think that was feasible, you know, for women to play because I had the desire to play as well. I've always been into sports since I was a little girl. So, um, but as I got older, I was like, you know what? A friend of mine, Janika Watts, she's on the team. We just call her Watts, but she actually, I saw a picture of her in pads one day, and I was like, what? Like there's a women's team in Nashville. That's crazy. So
Yeah.
I reached out to her and I was like, hey, so what's going on with the team? Like, are you guys having tryouts soon? And she, you know, she let me know that they're having tryouts, and I came out. I made the team, and you know, the rest is history pretty much. So that's my origin story. Like I said, my dad probably never, I don't think I've ever talked to him about, you know, me seeing him as a little league coach or anything like that. But that definitely was inspirational to me. And, you know, I kind of wish that I had talked to him about it, but, you know, now he sees I love the sport. And so, you know, I'm definitely always a student. So
Was it that photo that got you more curious? And then as you continue to further your own curiosity, were you like, you know what? I could play this game.
yes, because I guess I saw it as if my dad had the knowledge, you know, to coach the game, you know,
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, he passed those genes down to me too. So, you know, it just sparked, like I said, it sparked something in me. And ever since then, I pretty much have kind of been searching, I think, you know, just now that I'm really thinking about it, I've definitely wanted to find a sport that I enjoyed thoroughly. You know, I played basketball, but you know, basketball is basketball. So
Right.
I think that football is very fulfilling to me. It's the camaraderie, it's the sisterhood, it's the physicality of it. I love it all. You know, you still have to use your brain to play
Mm-hmm.
football. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're not just dumb jocks. So yeah, that's yeah.
I find it real intriguing for this reason because there isn't, I'm in California, there's not many, if any, women's leagues out this way per se. But what intrigued me was there's some women's football leagues, right? That we as not just journalists, but as guys, like we should appreciate, enhance, honor, respect, support in a lot of different ways as far as what you're doing. Because I mean, clearly we do it for men, we see it for men, it's all out there, whatever the case may be. But there's women who have passion, they're not just fans, they are athletes like yourself as well that we have to spotlight. Question though, was there a particular position, like currently what position are you playing now, and what was your favorite position before you tried out though?
So my favorite position, honestly, because I used to play video games like the street, NFL street, and
Oh
things
God.
like
Okay, there you go.
that. So that's
There you
where,
go.
honestly, I really one of my favorite players was Walter Payton. He was an excellent running back, and I wanted to be a running back when I first started football. But now I'm on the line. So anything on the line, offensive line, defensive line, you can put me anywhere, and I know all the positions. So
Okay.
that's where I am with it now.
So OLDL, you go both ways clearly. And I know you mentioned running back, but I mean, is there ever gonna? Well, I don't want to tell tales, but is there ever going to be a play where they're going to have you in the backfield a few different times on a few occasions? Are you going to lobby for it a little bit? Like, I want to know.
Actually, I've run the ball. I have ran the ball. So our team structure pretty much as far as offensively, coach is willing to put anybody back there. I think all of us have the capability, and he trusts us to get out there and do our thing. I need a little work on that personally.
All right.
But like our coach is not. He's fearless. It doesn't matter. He'll put you back there. So you just have to be ready.
That's what's up. You know what? I gotta respect it, and it out of the curiosity that I have myself for the league, going back to when you did do your tryouts, did you just try out one time and they were like, "Oh yeah, we gotta have you"? That was a wrap, or did you have to come back again? And how was that? How was that process?
So there are two tryouts. I went to the first tryout, and pretty much at that point, I was a rookie at the time, so they were like, hey, you don't have to come to both days, but it was our choice whether we wanted to come to both, but I ended up coming both days. The tryouts were pretty much combine style.
Okay.
And I can tell you that I think I want to say a week later, I got the email that I was on the team. I was ecstatic, but I was very sore because I didn't realize how rigorous of a sport football was until that tryout. And I was like, dude, it scares a lot of people off, honestly, but I'm not one of those. So I just kept coming back. I loved it. I fell in love with it. So.
Well, you got to have a love for it, though. You're going to subject yourself to hitting and getting hit. Right. So you gotta have some kind of love for it. It's barbaric clearly, but at the same time, I grew up with it. You did as well. You kind of figured a niche of it, and you're like, okay, all right, this can work. This can work. So when you made the team, did you realize that not just how many women's leagues there are, but also teams? But did you realize like, yo, this is something special. This can continue to grow and expand and be exactly what you want it to be?
Yeah, I did. And I know one of the things, especially in this area, there are just not a lot of women who know that we're here. The Misfits are in Nashville. So, my main thing was to get the word out, continue to share on social media, word of mouth, tell anybody that I knew that could possibly be a player with us, hey, we have a women's football team, because a lot of women do have that passion for football, but they don't know that there's an outlet for that, especially in this area. So definitely, especially getting to know the other girls who were veterans on the team at the time. So it was just, like I said, it filled my heart, So, and when you're passionate about something like football, like I said, you just want to tell everybody. So yeah.
What year are you in right now?
I'm in year 4, so I'm a 4-year vet right now.
Okay.
I'm one of the captains on the team, so I've been the linewoman of the year a couple of seasons in a row. So it's been a good run for me. I'm a 2-time All-American. So it's been good. I've been working, so
I could tell. 4-year vet. MJ, Music City Misfits, is my guest on Nexxlegacy Sports, and I look at just playing the game. I played when I was in Berkeley many moons ago. Let's just say in the '90s, and I'm just gonna say the '90s because brother getting old and getting up there. It's different. It feels different. But one thing that I did and do love still to this day about the sport is inclusion, because I think if anything, this is one sport. I know there's plenty of other sports out there that really have the same mantra, but this includes everybody. You can be a kid, you can be a woman, you can be a man, whatever nationality, whatever the case may be. It can bring a lot of people together. Now, during your 4 years of doing this, have you started to see this? Now, before you answer that question, I love the fact that somebody told you where to go so you can go work out and try out so you can be able to make the team. But how do you feel about just people helping people like someone helped you as well?
I think that's one of the most important aspects of the sport. Like I said, everybody that I've met in the football realm is family. Whether it's a coach, or whether it's another player, and even the little girls in the community, we've had them come out and practice with us. We've had camps for them, things of that nature. So we try to be as involved in the community as possible, so we can get our name out there and people know, hey, there's a women's team as well. We have a brother team as well. So, and they help us out. They practice with us. They scrimmage with us. So definitely, I think that's very, very, very important.
And the fact that you're paying it forward by having these camps for little girls that could one day be just like MJ, if not a little better, because you always want to make sure these kids are better than us at the end of the day, right? So you can be great now, but you want them to be even greater so they can carry that baton and move it forward. And I love the fact that there's things, there's processes in place that can be able to kind of include everybody and things like that too. So talk to me about the schedule. Schedule just got released. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, something like that, right?
Yep. Schedule came out yesterday. We have some big games coming up. We have an in-state rivalry right now with the Valkyries, so definitely looking forward to those two games. But yeah, our schedule is out. We're super, super excited, and we've definitely been working hard, staying focused, just continuing to be students of the game. So we're ready for it. I want to win a championship this season.
Hey, there you go. In-state rivalry. So, are you saying that these the Valkyries are your nemesis in a way, or you're just gonna check these off one by one? Is that what we're doing?
We're gonna check them off one by one. They're just a team, in our area. So hey, we gotta vouch for whoever, which one is on top in our state.
All right.
Which ones are the queens? So.
I love it. Hey, listen, it's nothing wrong with a little rivalry, but also you want to make sure that you fly through and check these boxes off. Hopefully they'll come back with wins, and everybody's excited. So you said championship. Clearly that's always a goal, but also you mentioned All-American as well. And I know these are, individual achievements and things like that. So is there any other individual achievements that you are looking for, striving for, in addition, as you go through your path to win it all? All-American, is there any other accolades that you guys get?
Of course we get, MVP.
Okay.
So I'm always striving for the top, you know what I'm saying? So if I can get there, then hey, I have confidence in myself. So yeah.
So before the season opener, what's the plan for you, I guess I should say, when it comes to workout, practice? Okay. things to set you up before the season starts? Is there, outside of, I'm pretty sure there's probably like scrimmages that you guys have, whatever the case may be. What else do you do to get yourself ready, hyped up for the regular season?
You want it as a team or individually?
Let's go individually, because trying to get the blueprint to how you not just stay. It's you get beat up a lot, right? So there like cold baths, or those little ice baths that they all talk about. Like what is the kind of stuff that gets you ready to go?
That's actually a good question. So I do have an NIL deal through the Misfits with Restore Hyper Wellness. They're in Smyrna, Tennessee, and they have all sorts of recovery. They have all sorts of recovery machines and things of that nature. So you can go there. I do cryotherapy. You can do the hyperbaric chamber, and they have an infrared sauna. So as far as recovery goes, that's where I go. That's my go-to, especially if I'm in the gym 3-4 times a week. Definitely recovery is one of the most important aspects of the sport. You want your body to be in tip-top shape. So that's one of my go-to places. Like I said, gym 3-4 times a week. We have practices twice a week. And as far we're going over film, and we do have weekly workout sessions pretty much. So that's where we are with it. So that's pretty much my schedule. And it could depend, for me, I work from home, but sometimes, work goes over. So you kind of have to adjust, but that's my routine typically. And stretching.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that. I don't care how old you get, you need stretching in your life, like seriously. Yeah. Or athlete, no athlete, if you're just trying to keep your blood flowing and circulating and just trying to just not hear pops every time you get up.
I know how it is.
Hey, I'm talking to myself too, though, because listen, you gotta make sure we stay active, because that's the only way we gonna continue to preserve ourselves, and God willing, hopefully live longer. You know what I mean? So gotta do it. All right. So how do you juggle this with work with personal life?
So for me, honestly, my life is work and football. Like that, so that's pretty much, and I obviously my family lives about 3.5 hours away. I go see them as often as I can, but I work during the day, and everything after that pretty much is football. Like I said, with our schedule, especially coming up with the new year and the season being so close to starting, that's pretty much where I am with it. So that's where my mentality is most of the time, and it's not, for me, it's not difficult to balance. So
hey, bless your heart, because I know sometimes it's hard to juggle certain things, you know what I mean? So the fact that you do have a handle on it, and you have a routine, and you sticking with it, means that you are very disciplined in what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. So salute you on that, because a lot of people don't. Just secret, a lot of people don't.
I appreciate that.
All right, so before I ask you about just the ins and outs, do's and don'ts of social media and things like that, let me just ask you a little weird question. I used to sleep with a basketball when I was younger, because I love basketball. Have you in your lifetime ever slept with a football?
I have never slept with a football. I haven't. I remember those days though. Now, is my jersey at the bottom of the bed? Kind of like the,
There you go.
Now that I'll do. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, Listen, it ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, it's all good. Jerseys, we can do that. If you got a football next to you, I ain't mad at that either. Teach his
Yeah.
own. It is what it is, but I love it though. I love it. Hey, jerseys, that's hey, you about that life right now. So you gotta it's on your brain 24/7, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Always, always,
There you go.
always.
How are you navigating through social media? Because clearly at the end of this, I'm gonna, tell you to shout out all things that is you, not just Music City Memphis, but I need people to get to know you and support you and different things like that. So hey, people out there endorsing, go to that young lady right now and hit it up. So how are you navigating life through social media? Because it is crazy, as we talked about earlier.
Right. So I have Instagram and Facebook. Those are the ones that I use the most. My Instagram is Astral MJ25. And my Facebook is MJ Lyric. Both of those social medias are dedicated to me as an athlete, as a misfit. So definitely not hard to find on social media. And I'm always looking for new followers as well. So
That's right. You got one right. Got one right here. So
I appreciate it.
and you'll have other ones. I'm definitely gonna social media you to death and support and all that stuff. And like I was telling you earlier, it could be a blessing and a curse. Clearly, the blessing is we can have dialogue like this. I feel like if it wasn't, then maybe we may not have crossed paths because we're on different sides of different states or whatnot. So it could be a blessing. The curse is you just gotta sometimes turn your comments off and just
yeah
let it go. Let it go, because it could be crazy or it can be consuming, which you want to try not to. So certain things, hey, use it for good, not for evil.
Right. I definitely agree with that.
All right. In closing, with my girl MJ, Music City Misfits on Nexxlegacy Sports. Outside of this, sports, hardworking person that you are, which I love dearly, what else do you like to do besides that, though? Do you have hobbies? What I'm trying to get to know you right now. Like, what else do you do besides what you do?
I love video games. That's one of
Okay.
my favorite pastimes. So, and I can sit there for hours just playing a video game. So, Call of Duty is one of my favorite games to play.
Right.
So I haven't gotten into the Fortnite thing. I know that's a craze. But yeah, I like to game. I have a YouTube channel that I like to work on. It's dedicated to fitness and health. I have a YouTube channel dedicated to sports as well. So those are the things I like to do. Also, I like to look at highlights. I know that's like probably kind of weird to
Ain't
some
nothing wrong
people,
with
but I like to look at highlights a lot. So yeah, not much. I'm kind of a boring person.
Whatever. You keep yourself active, and it ain't nothing boring with that whatsoever. So nothing. Let me ask you a video game question, because my daughter put me up on this, and you can YouTube watch games in progress or whatever. So there's this game called what is it called? Just or None of Us, or just us, or something like that. It's one of those suspense games or whatnot, real intense. I mean, with a crazy storyline. So
Amongst
much so,
Us, that's what it's called, I think.
There you go. So much so where they got an actual it's coming out January 14th on HBO Max. They actually have a series, like a real series based off a video game, like storytelling. It's crazy. Storyline, you heard of it, so you already know it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But did you know
I didn't know they were
actually
coming
have
out with a movie?
They have not a movie. They actually have episodes, like a real
Oh,
season
it's a
of it.
show.
You didn't
Wow.
know that?
I have to. Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm gonna have to tune into that one.
I'm gonna have to DM you the trailer or something like that. Hey, MJ. Whoo. Now, you're a video game person, so go with me. This is the first time ever in my life that and my daughter we did it over the holidays. You know, we would just literally watch somebody else play on YouTube, right? It's crazy, but it kept me intrigued. So I was like, yo, this storyline is bananas. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tripped me out. Did not know I was going to like that, but I got reeled in real quick. So I cannot wait to January 14th. So I'm glad you heard of it, though. So that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. There was a craze. I didn't know they were still into it because, you know, kids move on so quick from, you know, different games. But yeah, no, I've definitely heard of that one. Definitely. Yeah. It went viral for a minute.
It's listen, whoever came up with that stuff, hey, salute to them because it's ridiculous. It got me reeled in so fast. So it's crazy. So I'll DM it to you. I'm gonna follow you once we're done, and I'll shoot it over to you. You're gonna be like, what? crazy. Okay, MJ, yeah, I'm gonna let you have shout outs. Anything you wanna throw out there to your public, the floor is yours.
Okay. I'd like to shout out my nieces, Devin Lynn and Ashlyn, my sisters, and my mom and my dad. Shout out to the Music City Misfits, and everyone on the team, Donita, Don, Michelle. Love you guys, and my teammates too. Love y'all. Thank you.
Hey, and thank you. And this league and just finding out more about the league and you guys and what you're doing and just everything. It's to me, it's a true blessing to just not just have this dialogue with you, but in any way that on a media standpoint that we could be able to help enhance, grow. You know, I come from that cloth of people help people. And I will always say this to forever. You know what I mean? And just the fact that there is motivation, like, you know, you are inspiring yourself and not just the young women out there, but also us men as well who appreciate and will embrace all things that you're doing. Because to me, it's a level of support that I feel like we all need, you know, as we circle back to what we were talking about earlier. And I can't thank you enough. And I'm looking forward to the day that I can come out there. And it's April. That should give me enough time to go catch a home game or something like that. So you gotta not just come out there, but maybe cover it or, you know, interview live in person after a win or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. I want that. You heard me say win. So
yes. I heard that.
There you go.
Thank you. Look, we gotta speak it.
Damn right. MJ, I appreciate the time. Don't be a stranger. I'm sure we'll have dialogue before the season and during the season and everything else that comes with it, but continue to keep being an inspiration, not to young women, but also to us guys and the people out here in general who love to see real women in action doing real things. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. So I'm definitely going to follow you on social media as well, and I'll be sharing your stuff. So
there it is. I'm actually going to hit you with a follow right now, and I want everybody to do the same. And as we get ready to promote it as well, I just want everybody to just embrace everything that's going on, not just Music City Misfits, but every individual person that's on there that's trying to make a difference. And that's what you're doing right now, MJ. So salute.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, shout out to Women's Football Alliance, WFA.